yourself? Are you willing to demonstrate that love by sacrificing of yourself? How's your joy? It's kind of hard to have joy during times like this, but let me tell you something, guys. My joy is not dependent on the New York Stock Exchange. My joy is not even dependent on whether I can make the car payment next month, which I don't have one, praise the Lord. Now, we got a house payment, but I'm not worried about it either. I can live in a tent. I said I didn't say anything about you. My joy is not dependent on anything that happens here. My joy comes from the Lord and the fact that I'm on my way to heaven. And how's your peace? How many of you have a worry problem? I think if we were all truthful, we could all raise our hands. We worry about one thing or another, and that's Satan's way of taking our joy away. If he can get our peace, he can take our joy. If he can get us to not have the faith we need to have, and that's it. We can have peace as long as we have faith. If you have faith that God is in control and you have faith that everything's going to work out, like Romans 8:28, all things work for the good of those who are called, who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose. If you have that kind of understanding, you'll have the peace of the Lord which passes all understanding. Everybody around you can be losing their mind, but you can have joy and peace, which will what? Shine on them. Now do you see? Do you understand why these things have to be produced? Do you know your love quotient was as high as it ever will be when the moment you were saved? You loved everybody. Everybody. It didn't matter who they were, whether they were lost or saved. Your joy quotient was what? The highest it would ever be, and your peace was as high as it has ever been, because at that moment you were wrapped in the Spirit. And it was that Spirit that was growing that inside of you. Let's pray. Father, I just pray now for this invitation time. Help us to see what's going on in our lives. Help us to understand where we need to grow and how we need to allow your Holy Spirit to grow us into what you want us to be. Help us to be truthful. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.